Hi, everybody. This is Jeff Eaves with Keller Williams Realty.
And this is Erin Hendricks with Intercap Lending.
Hey, we are here to give another market update on the Utah real estate market. Specifically, we're going to focus a little bit on Salt Lake County and Utah County, but all of Utah kind of follows these trends. Erin, there's been a lot of changes in the real estate market, not only with the number of homes selling, but also the number of buyers buying and also interest rates. I'm getting a lot of questions. What are some of the questions that you're getting?
I think one of the biggest questions I get every time is now a good time to buy?
Yep.
And the answer I have for that is, I heard a consultant a little while saying that really the next 3 to 6 months might be the best time to buy in Utah in the next 5 years. And the reason being is rates capped, prices came clear down, so people have one of the lowest price points they've had in a long time period, but rates are coming back down. In fact, the Fed has forecasted that we're dropping rates at least 3/4 of a point this year and as much as 2 points over the next 2 years. If rates get back down in that 4% range, we know what's going to happen. It's going to be the same as COVID when prices just skyrocket back up.
Yeah.
I've even seen a huge change in the last 2 months as rates went from 8% down to the mid-6s. That inventory is really drying up, and there's a lot of people trying to get that home purchase in before it's too late and those prices continue to get higher.
Yeah, that's a big number. I saw that too when as soon as we hit 8%, even going up, but as soon as we hit 8%, the prices really came down. What's interesting is I have a spreadsheet that I use a lot that shows that as interest rates drop by 1%, buyers get about 10 to 11% more purchasing power every time interest rates come down. So if they're coming from 8% down to 6.5%, and if it even hits into the 4s, which who knows if that's going to happen, but that's just going to increase buyers' purchasing power by 20, 30, 40%, which will then increase what sellers are demanding. I did some statistics, Erin, and when I was comparing 2021, fourth quarter of 2021 compared to fourth quarter of 2023, it was showing that the number of buyers or number of buyers buying in Utah's market was 46% down. And this is for single family homes, the number of demand has dropped 46%. And so what I'm seeing is a lot of people have asked me, said, hey Jeff, are prices going to drop out? I don't want to buy right now because I really think I'm waiting for the real estate market to just crash. And my response to that is, no, the Utah's economy is one of the best in the nation. We're not going to be crashing. In fact, we've only come down, even though demand in fourth quarters have come down 46% if you're comparing it to 2021. We've only come down in prices about 9% for single family homes, and if you average in condos and townhomes, we've only come down about 6-7%.
That's correct. In fact, I think right now with what's already came down, we're not going to go down very much further. I really think it's already turned and we're starting to get more expensive on the homes, and I think it's one of the last few months that people are going to be able to negotiate and get the concessions and get a decrease in price that they're going to have.
That's a really good point. Like in January, I've already seen multiple offers on some of the lower price homes, like in the $400,000 to $500,000 range. There's been multiple offers on those ones, and then I have seen there's starting to become an uptick on demand for sure.
One of the other big things too I've seen as far as is it wise to be buying a home? Well, one of the biggest things that I've seen is compared renter's net worth versus a homeowner's net worth. A homeowner's net worth average is $400,000 or really close to it, when a renter's net worth was around 10. If there's not anything that indicates why you should be in a home, that to me is just a huge spread between the two, because you're gaining equity, you're gaining amortization, you're gaining wealth basically between that equity and that homes, which you're not going to get as a renter. You're just constantly going to be paying out that money to somebody else.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's a real short-term perspective, and a lot of buyers don't understand that when they look over a 10-year period, that there is that $300,000+ difference that they missed out on because they didn't buy. It's a really short-term perspective. I think they miss out on a huge opportunity and don't realize what they're doing.
And realize last thing too, if you're buying now, the payment might be a little more expensive, but as rates come down, you can drop that payment. So as long as you can get into that property now, things will only get better as your mortgage insurance reduces, as your rate reduces, and it becomes more and more affordable as your income increases. So if you can sacrifice a little bit now, it's a great time to try and get that that purchase in before things change in the market.
Perfect. Yeah, one of the phrases that I use a lot, and I know other agents use it as well, is marry the house, lock in your purchase price now, and date the interest rate. So just refinance later. What are some opportunities that people have for refinancing later with Intercap?
We have a promotion that just says if anyone's refinancing over the next 2 years after they purchase the home right now, that there's no lender fees when you refinance. So it's very inexpensive in order to drop that rate down the road.
So date the interest rate. All right, guys, if you have any other questions, I'm sure there's a lot of other questions you might have. Feel free to reach out to me or Erin Hendricks, and we'd love to answer any questions that you might have. Thank you so much.
Thank you.